I bet you thought you get your old intro back, huh? But I thought I'm making some changes to the channel, as we have made changes to the car. But obviously you like this old-fashioned style intro so much. I mean, for the fuck's sake, here it is. Well, it seems like people are more concerned about my intro than about the car and the issues with the battery. So what is it with the intro? Do you want the old intro back? Do you want the new one? Do you don't care? I've got a little poll up here. Just click this button and let me know. Dark. That's better. Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back to another episode. Unplugged TV. Sunny, hot Australia. Of course, no shirt this morning. We've got 27 degrees already. Car is still charging. And I guess we are witnessing another... So, just turned on the dog, charge mode. And what can we see? We have another drop in capacity this morning. So, the car is still charging. We are at 99.2% state of charge. But the battery capacity has already decreased again. So yesterday was the first day we had no degradation, but now second day after, or the day after, 0.1 ampere hour down again. I had a look at my old data from 2017 when they did the BMU reset on the car without changing battery. And this one here, this one here follows the exact same pattern. A loss every day very quickly, and then you've got 2 days, 3 days, 4 days and so on. And it looks like this follows exactly the same pattern with the new battery. So this is definitely 100%, 110% not hardware related. Also interesting to see that the charging speed is still at 1.35 kilowatts and it has not slowed down. Even we are at 99.2% already. So guys, okay, let's set up the dog here. I had this before somehow here in the wiper. And then we put the GoPro in front of it. So, that's my live broadcast. Okay, let's see how high it goes. Enjoy. Oh well, it seems like we've got a normal charge without any energy loss today, so 103.9% state of charge, but still the actual, there we go. Oh no, it's not in here yet. This is the fourth time I'm losing energy now since I've got the car back on Wednesday. Today is Sunday. So within 4 days I had four degradations with the battery. Alright, I will send off all this information tonight to Mitsubishi Motors Australia and hope I will get a response. First I want to make them aware what's going on with the car, as we have discussed in our conference call on Friday. So they are keen to get this information now, to actually see what is going on with the battery, to get some data in there, and then to trigger someone in Japan saying, look, this is a problem we have, what's the solution for it? Not only for replacing the battery, but in general, the degradation is just insane in these cars, at least what the software shows you. I'm still fairly convinced that the battery in the cars are fine, but the software is not showing the correct state of health and correct state of charge. So, and the good thing is now we have a direct line to Mitsubishi Motors Australia now. I can talk directly to the tech team over there, make them aware of what's going on, give them all the information, all the data, all my experience, and let them work it out what needs to be done to rectify this problem. And I must say this is a pretty good achievement, because I don't need to talk to the dealerships anymore. I need to explain again and again and again to different people what's actually happening, and they just raise their eyebrows and have no clue what I'm talking about at all. But now we've got someone in the Mitsubishi headquarters which knows exactly what I'm talking about, and he's got all the knowledge about the battery, and I don't need to explain what state of charge and state of health is. He knows exactly what's going on, so hopefully we can, at least we can get started to get this fixed. It will be, it's not a short-term solution, it's not a short-term turnaround, definitely not. This morning we are doing our usual highway run to Ipswich, to the markets, and I'm very keen to see how the new battery stacks up against the old one. I've got heaps of trip cards of this trip from with the old battery from the last couple of weeks and months, so we can compare this later with the new battery and see what the difference is. So my friends, we just arrived here at the market and we have used 3 liters per 100 kilometers only. I think this is far lower than before, but I can't remember all the figures, so I'll put this all together at the end of the video and I'll talk about it. So what I would like to do is compare the PHEV with the old battery to the loan car to the PHEV with the new battery, and see what the differences are for this same exact journey we do every Sunday. Of course the conditions are not the same, because the last times we had the air conditioner on because it was fairly hot. Now we've got only 23 degrees. That is cold, and it was rainy all the way through to here, so not the ideal conditions anyway. So we may have an increased consumption today, but it compensates against the other times when we had the air conditioner running. Okay, so we go shopping, driving home, and then we compare the whole stuff together. And we just arrived home with 9.7 ampere hours left. So this is the lowest I ever had the new battery down to. We will see what the full charge is tomorrow morning. And so far the MMCS shows us a 3.5 liters per 100 kilometers. So this seems to be very, very low to me. I'll turn off the car. That bugs me. So all in total this was 87 kilometers. And you can see the elevation in there. And we have used 3.5 liters per 100 kilometers, so the same as the MMCS shows us. Okay guys, I'll put these all next to each other now in a document and show you on the screen. Okay guys, so we want to compare now the PHEV with the 70% state of health battery and the PHEV with a new battery now with a 95%, let's say 100% battery. And we've done exactly the same trip, as you will see in a second. This is our weekly trip to the markets in Ipswich every weekend we do. And if you watch episode 165, where I had the loan car, the petrol Outlander, we did exactly the same trip again. So we know exactly how much fuel the Outlander has used on this trip, and now we can compare the 70% battery and the 100% battery and the petrol version. So we're comparing here the same vehicle but with a different battery. One was the old battery on the left hand side, it's the 70% battery, and on the right hand side is the new battery with 95% state of health. So as you can see, we had exactly the same travel time, amazing driving, and the distance is the same. We have been a little bit faster at this trip here. I'm not sure what happened to the elevation actually, because it's really the same trip and the same mountains to cross. But on this trip here we had far higher elevation than on this trip. This does not make sense to me. So I'm not sure. I mean, the elevation profile, 171 meters, is the same as this one here. So I'm not sure where the additional 300 meters are coming from up and down, because it was the same distance traveled. So it was exactly the same path we traveled. I'm not worried about these ones here. So old battery 70% gives us 70% or 68% EV driving on this trip, and now with a new battery 77, almost 77%. So quite an improvement in EV driving. Yeah, this is the first time when the engine kicked in. I usually start the engine once we reach the first mountain. So this is almost the same distance traveled before when I pressed the button. See, the old battery has a far higher spread in voltages across all the cells. This is 54 millivolt across the pack, so from the weakest to the strongest to the highest voltage in the cell pack. And we had only 24 with a new one. So this shows the age of probably 4 years now, almost 5 years. Brand new pack, older pack. And we want to go quickly to page number 2 here and compare the actual consumption for both batteries. Well, you can see we have used, with the old battery, we have used 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers, and now with the new battery only 3.5 liters. And that's what I said in the car. I said 3.5 seems to be very low for me. I've never had under 4, I think, shown up. At least I can't remember that because it's so long ago. So we have used 4.34 liters on the trip, and with a new battery only a little bit over 3 liters all in total. So in carbon dioxide this makes 113 grams per kilometers and only 80 with a new battery. So the new battery makes actually a big difference in terms of economy. Wow, I would not have expected that actually. Yeah, we've got almost 9% more EV driving with a new battery now. And as you can see, the average speed is fairly high with 70 kilometers here with the old battery and 67 with a new one. So I drove a little bit slower with a new battery today, probably due to the weather with the rain. But all in total, a very comparable trip with these two cars. So now we've got these figures here for the 70% state of health battery and for the 95% battery. And we can also compare this with the petrol Outlander I had as a loaner. And at the end of the video I'll put these 3 vehicles next to each other so you can see the differences in economy for the same trip. Okay guys, so far this video from today. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for your support. This is Andy from Unplugged TV Australia, signing off. You stay charged, and we will see us again tomorrow in the next video. Okay, see you then. Bye bye.